second. Okay, so I'm the program assistant at 51 Lab, and for those who don't know what is 51 Labs, it's a non-profit. We are a non-profit startup incubator working with entrepreneurs to develop and grow their businesses in the Kurdistan region of Iraq. We are happy that you have you all attending today, where we discuss market research and product delivery with Dr. Umar Shankar. Before I hand it off to our guest, I would like to share a couple of housekeeping points with you. First, I will mute every one of you so that your voices or sounds around you wouldn't disturb Dr. Umar or what he's explaining. And the recorded session will be shared on our social media, especially on our YouTube channel. And at the end, we'll have like 15 to 20 minutes maximum to have a question and answer with Dr. Umar. Now I will hand it to our amazing guest, Dr. Umar, who is also my lecturer from university. Dr. Umar, I think you can start now.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Hope you all are getting the voice clear. Before I start the session, let me introduce myself. As Mr. Mahmood told, he was my student. Actually, I come from India and I'm in Kurdistan for last 5 years. I'm teaching with Tishik International University. Earlier, it was Ishik University. I teach in the area of business management, specialization with marketing. Recently, Mr. Mahmood approached me and he asked me that I can have some discussion on market research and product delivery. I said, it's okay. I'll try my best to share something for the beginners that can help them to understand what the market research about and how does it work. Please feel free to ask questions. You can note it down anything if you want to have. At the end, I'll share my mail ID or you can contact Mr. Mahmood. So further also, if you need anything, I'll be with you. I must say, I'm very, very happy. Actually, I believe Kurdistan has given me a lot. And it's my time to reciprocate it. And you young buddies are trying your best to establish business in whole Iraq. That is the need of the time. So we'll go with the slide. I have some 10 slides where 8 are having some contents. Let's see what I have and what can benefit you. So Mr. Mahmood, my slide is with me.
Okay.
And I need to share it, right?
Yeah, you can share your screen. But Dr. before you start, please everyone, can you write down your name in the chat box so I can record it in our system? Yeah, I think you can share your screen now, Dr. Umar. Do you have access?
I think now, is it?
It's working.
Is it visible to everyone?
It should be visible to everyone, yeah.
Yeah. So here, Mr. Mahmood, on my screen, at the top, it's coming the pop-up bar. So is it the same on everybody's screen, or you can see only the complete slide?
I don't understand. What do you mean?
You can see the slide completely?
Yeah, the slide is complete, yeah.
Yeah, okay, then it's okay, fine. So here I have the slide for market research and product delivery. As I told, I'm Dr. Umar Shankar Singh, and the webinar for 51 Labs. I'm happy for 51 Labs for their initiative, and I strongly believe this is the time to work on, and this is the right way to entertain and support the young entrepreneurs. So the first and the most important question that comes here, why do we need to study market and what is the research? Market, it's always changing. Market is not fixed. If I talk about around years back till now, market is switching over. Now the whole world is under one umbrella. Each and every product is available to everyone. The world dynamics are changing. So we need to see how the market is moving, how the challenges are taking place. Like I give you an example. Recently, when UAE and Israel, they came together on the agreement, it will change the shape of the market. So as the entrepreneur, we need to look at that. This is an example. There are so many examples. The pandemic. China is out of the business now. How the Turkey is being with other countries. Where are we standing, and how the surrounding is affecting. So we need to understand the market minutely. We'll go further with that understanding and research. We have to keep finding, we have to keep looking at, we have to keep understanding what the new we can bring to the market, what the market is looking for. This can be in different ways. Generally, we academicians, we do the research. We keep preparing the questionnaire, interview schedule, we keep talking to the market and keep gathering the information. That can help us to understand what's happening in the global market, what's happening in the local market, how the products are accepted or rejected. Let me give an example. What is the importance of research? During 90s, McDonald's entered India. If you know about India, India is the land of different religions living together. Hindus respect Islam, Islamics, they respect Hinduism. They do everything, their food habits are different, but still they respect each other. They don't buy the same product from the one store. McDonald's did the mistake and they put it together in one store. They faced a lot of challenge, the store get closed, and till next 10 years, they could not establish again. This was the lack of research. You need to understand the scenario. You need to understand people's sentiment. You need to look at the market, what people are accepting, what people cannot accept. So here I'll give you a basic definition. More than the definition is the understanding that is given by father of marketing, Philip Kotler. A market consists of all the potential customers sharing a particular need or want. One most important thing that we must look at, the customer need or customer want. Most of the business, they fail because they don't understand customer need. Within the last 5 years, I tell you, I have seen in Kurdistan, I'm in Erbil, so many companies, they start their business, so many shops, they start their business and they get closed. They start, within next 2 3 months, they get closed. Why is that? They don't know what the consumer is in need, just they start it. You need to look at the consumer need, what the consumer is asking for, what consumer can accept. So need or want, who might be willing and able to engage in exchange to satisfy that need or want. So customer is ready to engage for the exchange, giving something, taking your product or service. So in a specific market, we need to look at, we need to understand that what the consumer is looking, what the consumer is asking. So what is marketing? Marketing is an organizational function. When we talk about a business, the business has so many functions like human resource management, information technology, operations, So finance, marketing is one of the function and a set of process. Let me tell you here, years back, the father of management, Peter Drucker, he told in one of his speech, there are only two uh, profit functions in the business. One is the marketing, other is the innovation. The rest are the cost. The conclusion is, if the organization is doing a good innovation and a good marketing, can survive. And the best example is the Apple man. We'll come on that how it started the business, it lost the business, Steve Jobs, and then again established the multi-business. It's all about the innovation. So marketing is an organizational function and a set of process for creating, communicating, and delivering value. If you understand these 3 points, creating, communicating, and delivering value, you are done. What the customer looks for in the market? Customer looks for the value. Value in return, whatever it's paying. You are attending this webinar here with me. You are spending your time. If you don't get the learning, you will not come back to me. Here, the value is the learning that can benefit you for your business. If you're delivering a product, you must look at how this product is a value product. We'll discuss on that, the marketing mix 4 P's. But altogether, we have to look for the value. Value, the benefit that can help the consumer to feel satisfied and to feel delight. So first and the most important is creating the value. Creating the value, sitting in a development center, maybe at your home, maybe in your garage, and you develop a product. That's the value creation. You create the value that this is a specific product that will help the market to get benefited. Example, let me tell you how to see the opportunity. If I talk about the Kurdistan, I'm not well aware about the whole Iraq, but still I assume the whole Iraq is more or less like Kurdistan. The power challenges, the electricity. Though the whole Iraq has the sunshine, we can go for solar energy. Let me give an example. India has moved on the solar energy development in such a way, the miles and miles of the land, each and every companies, they are putting the solar panel on their roof, and almost 20 to 30% of their power consumption they are getting from the solar. That's reducing the cost and benefiting them. Some of you can start this one. You establish, as I see in the locality, people set up the generators and they distribute the electricity. The same, you can set up the solar panel and you can distribute the electricity. You can charge people. So this is creating the value. Once you create the value, you need to communicate. Communicate. One of the most important thing. Unless you tell, nobody knows about you. So communicate, advertising, going to the market, sharing about your product. Then the last is the delivering value. When the customer comes to take your product, whatever you have committed, you must deliver it. If any of these fails, the business fails. Example I give you. If the creation fails, then you re-innovate. Let me give you an example. Maybe you know about the iPod. iPod was the first product from the Mac. That was the music device. The idea behind that was to develop a product that must be the smallest possible. When the product was developed, they were having a meeting to finalize the product, and the Steve Jobs asked a glass of water and put the iPod in the water. When he put the iPod in the water, it was giving some bubbles. Bubbles means there is the air inside the product. Means still you can squeeze up to reduce it to bring it the perfection. Again, they reworked on that, modified the product, they finalized the product, and again they bring it to the market. That's the creation. Then you communicate. If your communication is failed, or you are not able to communicate well, or you are not reaching your customers right, then you are failed. What you have, market should know. You should have a right reach. Many companies, they failed because they could not carry their product, though it was good, to the end consumer. It get expired, it could not reach in a proper way. Delivering. The delivery failure, the best example is Samsung. The phone, it was blasting, the busting out. Or 2 years back, if you remember, there was a car was failed by Ford, I think. Some failure was from Ford. So this is the delivery failure. Whatever you commit, whatever you say, your product must deliver that. Let me give an example. Recently, I was looking at this Lezu order, and I found a restaurant. The product looked good, a cheaper one. I ordered and I got the product. Product was so bad. It was not delivered what I was expecting. So it's the failure. So you should have the value delivery. For managing customer relationship, we have to manage customer relationship. The business is not the one-day game. If you have to survive in the market, your customers will bring the customer. The best example is Mr. Mahmood. I don't know why Mr. Mahmood felt it that I can share something with you all, but I think this is the customer relationship. For me, if I get very, very honest, he was my client in the class. And not only he, there are so many students I'm connected today, talking to them, giving them the business ideas, supporting them in their challenges, and they're bringing so many other friends, and I'm sparing my time to discuss with them. So this is nothing but keeping the relationship in the ways that benefit the organization and its stakeholders. That must benefit the organization and the stakeholders. Stakeholders, everybody, whoever is connected to the business. External and internal. So here in this slide, I'll tell you, wherever you are working, keep in mind creating, communicating, and delivering value. Work for creating the value, work for communicating the value, work for delivering the value. If you are aligned with these three, customer relationship will continue. If you are honest, if you are committed, if you are dedicated, then automatically it builds the customer relationship. This is a definition from the American Marketing Association. Further, here I would like to share with you that what we should look in the market. I'm not going directly for the research. In the future, if you all are interested and if the need is there, I'll tell you how to go practically for the marketing research, understanding the market. But here, before you implement the research, you should understand what you should look at. So understanding the marketplace and customer needs. Customer needs, customer needs, customer needs. Customer is the king, so you have to understand that. What are the needs? Need is the state of deprivation. Maybe consumer does not have the product. Maybe the physical deprivation, the food, clothing, warmth, safety. Maybe the social, belonging and affection. Individual, knowledge and self-expression. Let me give you one of the example here. Recently, I was talking to one of my female colleague. pardon me, my apology. The example is not to hurt anybody's sentiment, keeping the respect for everyone, but that's the best example is coming to my mind. About the sanitary pad getting used by females, our sisters, mother. One of the brand is available here is Always. When we were discussing, she told the product is not a good product if I compare with India. The user needs to understand. Let me give you an example. If you write on YouTube, you will find a person in India. He has come up with the idea of the cheapest sanitary pads to serve the extreme poor population. And that has done amazingly good. The government of India has supported him and has promoted. You can write on YouTube, the man with the cheapest production of sanitary pad. You can listen his story. People used to tell him he's a mad guy. But he came up with a product that was, those sanitary pads were there. Good brands were there. But he came up with the idea looking at the population that was not served, the deprived, the extreme poor population. So you need to look at that, look like that. So maybe there's a deprivation of the food. Like maybe one thing I don't find here, you can start for the food like a big kitchen, family kitchen, where you have the very basic food, brinj fasulia, and you deliver to the home, to the poor people on a cheap cost, good quality, volume sales, and have a good business. There are so many people, they are not getting the support system. The clothing can be, maybe you know, some of you, that there are some companies in Kurdistan, Erbil, they are producing clothes. We need to move on. We need to move further for the production, and we can bring the raw materials and we can produce here. The warmth, safety, these are the physical needs that we need to understand, and we need to find what we can do. Social, belonging and affection. The consumer looks for a society. What the social gathering we can give. Here, the very common is the, we say the availability of the cafeterias and the people sit together and they spend the time. What else you can do? What else you can develop that can give a better place for the people to spend? A few examples really I like the book cafe. I think book cafe. There are some libraries, you can develop some libraries, you can develop some bookstore, you can develop some cafe where people can read, or a social gathering point you can develop. Individual need knowledge and self-expression that you need to see and need to provide. Like me, I'll look for the consultancy. For individual who needs, I'll try to share with them. So I need to understand who is in need of what, and that I need to provide. Wants. Form that human needs take as they are shaped by culture and individual personality. Need is very common, but beyond need, we talk about the wants. Wants are upper level. When the needs are satisfied, wants are unlimited. You can provide more. You can make it better. Then the customer category changes. The basic level, then the upper level. And what is the demand? Human wants backed by buying power. We always say there is no demand in the market. There is demand in the market. Why is the demand, or why there is no demand? If people don't have the money, you cannot sell. If you have the money, you can sell. So you have to look at, you have to find that if people have the money in that market, accordingly, need to move on, need to serve. Here, one of the most proven theory in management, the Maslow hierarchy of needs. This I'll try to connect with the marketing. Maslow hierarchy of needs says every individual goes through different levels in the life. The first is the need of physiological needs. Then it comes the safety needs. Then it comes the love and belonging. Then it comes the esteem. Then it comes the self-actualization. Why I'm sharing this one? Depending upon your product, depending upon your customer, you need to look at where the customer is landing. If a customer doesn't have the food, customer will not go for the upper level. If you have something for the self-actualization. A person doesn't have the food and you are trying to sell the Rolex watch. It cannot be possible. This can make you understand the real chunk of customer, the real customer, where you find and what you have to serve that specific customer. Physiological needs, that's the breathing, food, water, sex, sleep, homeostasis, excretion. These are the most basic thing. What you have for the basic level that you can look at where my basic customers are. Everybody is not your customer. When you look out of your window, everybody in the city is not your customer. You have to filter. You have to filter your customer, and then you have to look at who are your customer, who will buy your product based on your product category, your product specification. Then it comes the safety, security of body, of employment, of resources, of morality, of the family, of health, of prosperity. Then it comes the esteem, self-esteem, confidence, achievement, respect of others, respect by others. Then self-actualization, morality, creativity, spontaneity, problem solving, lack of prejudices, acceptance of facts. So these are the different level of people. If I talk on this, I can talk a lot on this. That will give you a lot of understanding. But now I'll move to the next slide. But further, at the last, you can ask me questions and I'll try to answer the best possible. When we talk about the whole business or marketing, there are four things. The marketing mix, we call it marketing mix or 4Ps. It was developed in 1953 by Neil Borden and further in 1960 by E. Jerome. You have to, there are two factors. One is called internal, another is called external. Internal is the marketing mix, product, price, place, promotion. You know your product better. You can price your product. There are a lot of theories, a lot of ways to do it. If we need, we can discuss further. You can place your product. Placing is the product is putting in the market for the access of customers. And the promotion, shouting in the market that you have this product and can benefit to the customer. Here, if we see marketing mix 4Ps is the internal and controllable. You can control it. This is your business, so you know it better. This is your gene, you know it better. We talk about the, again, product mix, the brand, how you make your brand, style, color, design, package, warranty, service. Many of the products, they are getting sold brand. I think Apple is the brand. How you put the style, the color presentation, design, package, warranty offers, services. So this all comes under the product. Here you can add the value. You can differentiate your product. Like if I talk about the Kurdistan, I don't find that people provide good services here, any of the company. I don't agree. My apology, pardon me, but most of the companies, they are not providing services. You buy a product, if you go and try to get it the better service, you don't get it. Or it's very costly or very unorganized. So the service is the value addition. Warranty is the value addition. Packaging is the value addition. The price mix, the pricing strategy. Generally, we talk about the pricing strategy. There are two types. One is called skimming, another is called penetration. Skimming, where we make the price high, we sell less, but still we have the profit. Penetration, we reduce the price, we sell more and get more business, volume sales. Then the pricing policy, how do we plan to have the prices, the pricing way. Then basic price, we tag on that term of credit, like we share with the credit terms, discounts, very common in the market today. Allowance, what's the benefit we give to the customer or the company. Then it comes the place mix, distribution channels, the wholesaler, retailer, mercantile agents, transport, warehousing. Depending upon the product, you need to look at. If we talk about the ice cream or we talk about the cement, the two are different products. We need to see how to plan it so we can take it from the production to the consumption in a systematic way. Like ice cream, if the power goes off anywhere in the transportation, the ice cream is lost, useless. Cement, it should not get any water drop on that, or the cement is lost. So different products different way of placing. Promotion mix, the personal selling, advertising, publicity, sales promotion by dealer rates or consumer rates, how you plan to promote your product with the offers, gifts, benefits, and try to satisfy and justify your customers. This is internal and controllable. We can work on this. But the another is called PEST. PEST is the political, economical, social, and technological. Is the external factor and uncontrollable, but without this, we cannot work. When we are in the market, we have to look at these factors. Political factor, government stability, rule of majority, taxation policies, regulation and deregulation trends, levels of corruption, ease of doing business, ease of initiating a business, economic factors, stage of business cycle, impact of globalization, labor costs, changes in the economic environment, social factors, population growth, gender and ethnic diversity, health and education, social welfare, economic disparity, digital disparity, technological factors, R&D activity, impact of emerging technologies, impact of technology transfer, technology diffusion, technology disruption. These are the factors we cannot control. It's happening globally, it's happening locally. We need to align ourselves with this to have our business parallelly moving with this. So we always keep working under the external environment, which is uncontrollable under PEST. But under PEST, we have to adjust our marketing mix, product, price, place, promotion. So if we can adjust and align our product, price, place, promotion based on understanding the market need, want, and demand, knowing where to add the value, how to create the value, how to communicate the value, how to deliver the value. So this is the all linked together that can make you understand your market, and then you can deliver your product. Then you can go for your product. So this was from me, and this is my mail ID, umashankar.singh@tiu.edu.iq. That's the university one, and the below is my personal one, umabrain@gmail.com. So thank you. You can ask the questions. Please feel free, and I'm open to have the discussion. Mr. Mahmood, over to you.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Umar. It was really amazing, and I hope everyone benefited from it. Before everyone starts asking their questions, Dr. Umar, is it okay if I share your slides with everyone here?
It's okay. Absolutely fine. Absolutely fine.
Okay. So who has a question, they can write it in the chat, or you can open your mic and start asking the question. Does anyone have a question? Okay, seems no one has a question so far. So after this webinar, I'll start sending emails for everyone. I'll send you a survey about this webinar. You'll take your feedback, and I'll send you the slides, and I'll share Dr. Uma's emails so you can contact him if you guys need anything from him. Thank you, Dr. Uma, and we appreciate your efforts. Wait, this is a question. They have a question. Sorry for that. The question is, what is the easiest way to know if there is a demand or not for the product?
See, 2 points. One, you need to look at if there is a need of the product. If there is no need of a product, you cannot go for. Example. Let me give you an example. I'm not talking about the small company. Let me talk about a big company, like Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola came up with the Coke Energy. Why it came up with the Coke Energy? Because there is another brand, Tiger or Red Bull, that is serving the customer, that class of customer, which is looking for some different need. Right? So the basic thing, you need to understand what the consumer needs and money in the economy. I need something, I want something, but I don't have the money. It cannot be the demand. That's why globally we see, let me tell you, two days back, I was talking to one of the person, he has started a new business here. So he was telling me how you see the future. I believe the future going to be better because now the central government with the Kurdistan has agreed on the transfer of money, the transfer of salary, and some border distributions. So the money will come to the economy. So people will consume, people will buy. But if people don't have the money, then we cannot expect the demand. Yeah.
Oh, so one
Is
of
it
your
enough?
students is also here. His name is
Really?
Maulan. I don't think he studied in business. I'm not sure. Robert has a question. Robert, you can ask.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Thanks for this opportunity, Dr. Omna. So I have a question that regarding is it what you've discussed? Is it the same thing for a service company or selling a product? Is it the same thing? For example, for a banking or for, as you said, Coca-Cola. Is it the same thing for service and for good company?
Okay. Uh, it's a really a good question. When we talk about the whole business, we divide it in two parts: product industry and service industry. When we talk about the product industry, we talk about the 4 Ps. That's the marketing mix. But when we talk about the service industry, we talk about the 7 Ps. That's the product, price, place, promotion, 3 additional people, process, and physical evidence. Right. So people, process, and physical evidence is very, very important there. But yeah, true. Let me give you an understanding. So that I think I suggested someone in the year 2012. In 2012, when I was pursuing my PhD in the university, so opposite to the university, it was the big student hostel in India, and so many stores, so many beauty salons were there. Once I went to a barber shop, and the barber was telling that, I'm unable to get customers. I told him, how you add the value? He was having a huge space. I told him, put the sofa and provide some internet, but provide the internet who is booking, make your appointment. At that time, there was no appointment. People were going, people were getting the haircut, they were coming back. So students started going there because you are adding the value, providing the internet facility. When they go there, they sit, meanwhile they are waiting, they were having the internet chat. I'm talking about 8 years back. So at that time, it was really, really of the benefit. And this way, a lot of things can be, like ambience. The physical product you put inside the store. When people enter, people like to have it. Like recently, somebody was telling me about this hospital, the Santa Life, that this hospital is like a hotel. It's a costly, but this is not for everyone. The class of customer will enter there. So yeah, for services, also you need to see adding the value, where you add the value and how you create the value, what you provide that can do better. And that can be any way. Let me give you an example, a very small one. Suppose you have a small falafel shop and you put a table asking your customer to sit there. And if you provide a nice bottle of salt, a nice ketchup box, a beautiful one. For kids is the twice one. For women is the pink one. For man is the manly one. Maybe somebody is entering your falafel store, the spray of the perfume is there when somebody is exiting. So these are something I'm telling from my understanding that, yeah, you need to add on some value that can satisfy customers more, the better. Is it okay, Mr. Weber?
No, thank you. Thanks.
Okay, sorry for that. Another question from Kagmolan. He says, how we can apply this process to small businesses? Is it, or it's just for big companies? I mean, is it working for small business or it's just for big companies?
Whose question is this?
Maulan.
Mr. Mola.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Mola. Is for everyone. The process is the same. Where you apply, that depends on you. The same thing for small companies, same for the falafel store, and same for the Coke. You have 4 things: product, price, place, promotion. And you need to understand consumer need. Let me tell you some of the stores example, the small stores. If I tell you, maybe if you see near to this one, the new Electro Mall, yeah, near to Electro Mall, there is on the corner there was a falafel store. If you go from Royal Mall to Electro Mall, on the turn there is the falafel store. I've observed so many times it has the huge sales. Definitely, it has the value. He knows his customer need, knows the product, knows the price, knows the place, knows the promotion. What to make that consumer will like it. How to provide the consumer will get accepted. That can be anyway. But yeah, those are the four for everyone. You have to understand the external environment. That's the political, economical, social, technological. You have to see your product, price, place, promotion. Look at the consumer need, reshape, find something new, prepare something different that the consumer will like. Let me give you one more example. I go to the barber near Gaya Market. It's a cheap one. I have seen with the barber and that surprised me amazingly. He has a big wardrobe. He opens it and he has the blending of perfume. Have you ever seen it? You know, amazing thing. There are so many people that are coming. I don't know how he's preparing. He has the 100 of the different smells. Some, I think, spirit. He mixes. He asks, is it Basha? Basha. And then he sells different for different people. This is the product development. He knows his consumer, his customer when he's talking, and then he provides this product accordingly. So you talk about the Coke with sugar, Coke without sugar, diet, or you talk about this barber who is selling the perfume. Both are the same. Process is the same. Even for me, if I talk about my students, if my physical things are not good, if my internet is not good, if my laptop is not good, if the ambience is not good, my students, my connectivity will not work properly and it will not go. So it's always there the same. Is it okay?
Kagmoran, I think, is he here? Kagmoran?
Yes. Thank you so much, sir. I got it.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
The last question is from Yara. She says, companies here don't really care about consumers' need and treat customers really bad. How consumers can change this?
Whose question is this?
Yara.
Miss Yara. Miss Yara. Consumer is a very fast switcher. If companies are not understanding, then company will fail. 2 days back, I was talking to the guy who has started a new business, and he told within last 4 months, he has dealt with 400 customers. But still his business is failing and he is not able to make the money. What do you think? He asked me, sir, why is that? I said simply in one sentence, you need to have the introspection. Somewhere your services are not good. Always, you will not tell to the company, if you don't like me, maybe you will not tell on my face that you don't know, but you will not turn back to me. Companies fail because of this only. And if I talk about here in Kurdistan, that's the major issue. Most of the business is the family business. Person who has the $40,000, $50,000 car will not work for the $500 monthly salary. And when it works for the $500 salary, then treats the customer as the street person. So if you don't care, you will lose the business and somebody else will replace you. If you are taking care of your customer as the God, as the king, you will survive and you will keep growing. And customer is customer. If the customer pays 250 dinar or the customer pays you $250,000, customer is the customer. And treat equally, respect equally. The customer will keep coming and keep sending people all around from far away. So customer cannot do anything. Customer has the open space. Today the world is wide and everything is open. Customer simply leaves you. Customer moves to another business. Yeah. So as a business person, you need to look at that your customer is the core. Your customer should be satisfied. You have to keep talking to your customer. You must understand that where is wrong. I don't know, maybe Mr. Mahmood will ask you later on that how was my discussion, and maybe Mr. Mahmood will share with me. So if there is some gap, I need to improve, or I'm not quitting tomorrow. I have to keep continue entire my life. So if there is gap, I need to improvise to keep holding my customer. Understand, Miss Yara? Is it okay? Miss Yara, is it okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Dr. Omar, one other question is from Lila. She's asking, is it better to spend a lot of time to perfect your business before launching, or start out imperfectly and then develop and improve after launching?
Who's this?
Lila.
Miss Nilad.
Yes.
Lila, Miss Lila. Miss Lila. See, the two things. If you know you are imperfect, never start. But generally what happens, we believe that I'm perfect. And then we start. And then we start working, then we understand what are the gaps. So that's okay. If you don't know, you started, then later on you felt this was wrong, this was wrong, this is wrong, this is that. So you make the correction. But in the beginning itself, if you know, then you should work properly. Let me give you an example. In the year 2008, yeah, I read an article. The title of the article was Basha in the Saddle. Basha is the princess in Indian Rajasthani language. Basha is the princess. And saddle, you know, on the horseback. She was the princess who studied in London. She was never with the rural population, local population. London School of Economics. But when she came back, she started to connecting for the microfinance, a small money distribution to the local woman, and she did amazing good. In her interview, she told only one thing: planning, 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 and planning. And generally, when we talk about the management, we say planning, organizing, leading, controlling. But the planning is most important. Do a lot of research, talk to so many people, get a lot of learning, collect a lot of information, get a lot of advices, talk people rationally, find critics, evaluate rationally. Don't get emotional that somebody is saying, you know, this is wrong, that is right. No, listen everything, evaluate on your platform. So it's always good to make it perfect and then start rolling over. But if the challenge comes also, don't stop. Like I told you, 2 days back, I told him, still you are alive, to that guy, still you are alive, your business will continue. I'll stand with you. And I'll tell you where are the mistakes so you can make it correct and move on. So that keeps working. And challenges are the part of life. Everything, once a time, you will face the challenge. Always you will face the challenge. So you have to come out. So, today the product is the best product, tomorrow it will be the worst product. So you have to develop. But at that moment, you have to be the best as per rational understanding, then move on. Is it okay, Miss Lila?
Yeah, that was clear. Thank you. But I'm more concerned about, like, for a perfectionist, it's very difficult for you to launch your business if you're such a perfectionist to a point where you never think it's good enough. So you never actually launch it ever because you keep trying to improve it and you just don't think it's the right time. And so when do you decide that like that is enough and you just need to launch it?
That's a right question. That's the point of individual attitude. That this can have two things. One, the person is scared itself that don't know what will happen and what to do. Or the person doesn't know where is the perfection or threshold. Like in the research, we always talk about level of confidence and degrees of freedom. 100% right is quite challenging. But you need to see up to 90% I can start. Up to 80% I can start. Right? So this is in your hand. Or in that case, you find mentors, you find consultants, you find experts to discuss. If you have some idea and if it needs to have some filtration, some discussion, Mr. Mahmood can help you. I'll experiment some time with you to tell, because it varies condition to condition. If you are making a diamond, right, shaping the diamond, it should have a very high perfection. But if you are making falafel, so there are two different things. So depending upon which business you are entering, how are you running, and what you have, it varies product to product, industry to industry, and up to which level of risk you can have. If you are a medical doctor, yeah, you need to be 99.99% perfect. So you need to look at that, right?
Yes, clear. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I think we will take one last question. It's from Himalaya, yes. Yes, she's asking, in which step of the promotion of business we should focus on SWOT analysis?
Whose question is this?
Himalaya.
Miss Himalaya. Let me tell you, Miss Himalaya, this is a completely Indian name, and India has the mountain range, the Himalaya. So I felt very happy when I saw Himalaya from the beginning when I saw your name. So you are asking about the SWOT analysis, the strength, weakness, opportunity, threats. That must be in the beginning itself. A strength, weakness is always internal. One should know about itself. What is my strength? What is my business strength? What is my weakness? What is my business weakness? What are the opportunities? Is the external opportunities and threats. What is opportunity lying in the market? What are the threats lying in the market? Like the guy who has started the business, he told me, sir, you know, I'm scared that if I share this idea to many people, they'll snatch my business. Or somebody will copy my business and then I'll lose the market. Yeah, that can be. You have the opportunities, you have the threats. You cannot control that. You are talking about two things. I think you asked about the promotion, when you should do the promotion, right? It was the promotion, Mr. Mahmood?
It was SWOT analysis.
SWOT analysis.
Right, she's asking, in which step of the promotion of business we should focus on SWOT analysis?
Yeah. See, when you're talking about the promotion goes always. You know what? You know why lion is the lion? Lion and cat. The same breed. But cat is the cat, lion is the lion, because lion roars and cat mews. So it's all about the promotion, how you keep pushing. Whatever the best brand you have, whatever the best product you have, whatever you have. Today, you know, I removed some of the slides. Maybe I would have put it here. Promotion goes parallel with all the steps. Always. You have to keep yourself updated and keep sharing to the market what offering you have in the good time, in the bad time. Keep doing. And the SWOT analysis is in the beginning. When you have the platform of the SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, opportunity, threats written down, then you can work better. Then you can understand how to promote, which criteria to put, how to move with the business, and how to improvise it, how to work on this to get it better. Is it okay, Miss Himalaya?
Thank you so much, Dr. Uma. And yeah, my name is an Indian one, but I'm a Kurdish girl. And I'm so happy for meeting you in this webinar. And thank you so much for your explanation. I got my point, and thank you so much for Mr. Mahmoud as well.
Oh, I'm also so happy to see you here.
Thank you so much.
I think that was all, and we reached the end of our webinar, and I think we should end it now. Thank you everyone for joining, and thank you, Dr. Uma, for doing this webinar. We really appreciate that you came here and took a time from your busy schedule, obviously, and you came explaining all this for everyone. I hope that everyone benefited, and I hope that everyone can participate in one of your webinars again, and I hope we can do another webinar together again.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy the time. Keep doing. Anywhere if I can contribute anything, I'll try my best. Kurdistan has given me a lot. So I'm always open to reciprocate it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'll share the video probably and the slides with everyone, for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.